Earth we're transporting to Summit right now.
No day is really the same. Never know what you're going to do when you go into work.
It's kind of mesmerizing sometimes. You see the white stripes in the road.
My office is on wheels. It's one of the only offices in the world that requires regular oil changes.
I guess one of the things I like about this job is I just love getting out.
This is my office, yes.
Yeah, you always hope for a good, meaningful story that's going to help, someone.
We're really working very hard every day to show people something different, show the story the way it happens, but try to show it in a way that will interest viewers.
204. I got your
See, I've been in Nashville since '99, so what is that, 13 years?
I guess you want me to tell people how old I am, right?
Well, me, I've only been in business for 9 years. But
1978, will that give it away?
20 years.
32 years?
Back in the days of film.
That's a long time. A lot of stories.
What's your last name?
The root word of reporter is porter, so I usually like to, just hand off my tripod like that. It's funny.
A photographer's job is to go find it and go show it. And if we're not out shooting it, we're miserable.
When there's a tornado and everybody else is driving away, we're driving to it. Snow. I've been in floods, I've been in fires.
Yeah, it is like a little mini adventure every day.
Gosh, you see so much being out.
a lot of small towns. They all have their little courthouse and their square.
Dixon.
Muddy Pond, Tennessee.
Bucksnort.
I've been to Clarksville and Tullahoma in the same day.
Cookeville.
Carthage area.
Eagleville.
Wartburg.
Gosh, I can't even remember all the places in Tennessee.
A lot of times, I don't really get time to eat, so I usually make sure I bring lunch.
At 0.9 square miles and with a population of 328, small is how some people would describe Iron City, Tennessee. But these days, what they're building here
It's big. You know, it's big.
is huge.
We run a lot more than what we used to.
Over the years, as Americans' waistlines have grown,
The parts cost more,
so too have their caskets.
but a lot of it is, how wide is the person? How thick is a person?
Joel Verplank's family has assembled caskets for over a century.
15 to 20 years ago, we never thought that we would ever be building oversized caskets to any great extent.
How surprised Joel's grandfather would be if he saw how big the family business has grown.
Your width in here is 44 inches, and that would probably indicate like 1,000 pounds or something like that.
Tennessee health officials call the obesity problem in this state a lifetime epidemic.
As if we ain't taking care of ourselves mostly the way we ought to be.
Turns out the size of the issue doesn't disappear in the end.
And if the casket is big enough, you'd actually have to buy 2 plots so that you could fit it into the ground.
Joel's job is to make caskets, not judge the people who will be buried inside of them. You can't help but wonder, though, what this all says about the way things are going.
But now, it's just a regular thing. I mean, like this blue one came through today, and, there might be 2 or 3 tomorrow, and
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge story. And just to see everyone's reactions to something so massive, something they've never seen before. And it was really awesome to be there in that moment for them to see it themselves and get that reaction of like, whoa.
I wished it could have been a beautiful day, the sun shining. But it's a good turnout. Good walk.
It's one thing to see the images on the news.
It's got part of the bridge on the front, so it's stuck.
But I wanted my own pictures.
It's something quite different.
This is something to see.
To see it with your own eyes.
It's huge. We've been on a cruise, and that's just about the size of it.
That's when nearly 1,900 people made the quarter-mile trek from their cars.
Mud, mud, mud. just unreal.
Because the Egner's Ferry Bridge
and the boat can't go.
is more than a connection from Katie's to Maury.
Well, I've fished here all my life, and I've never would have thought I'd see anything like this.
They don't know if they're going to fix this bridge or build a new one. I vote build a new one.
Got some really good pictures.
It's a connection to memories.
Either the lights wasn't working or the captain wasn't, somebody was at fault to do this kind of damage.
The bridge was no match for the Delta Mariners' force.
Well, I can see the road on top of, actually the concrete on top of the boat itself. I don't know. It's eerie. It's really eerie.
What they're doing is they're cutting the metal off, and those big cranes are gonna pick the scraps of metal up, and they're gonna put them on the barges.
You getting some good pictures?
I'm getting it zoomed in.
Curiosity has been building for more than a week.
That bridge has been there since 1932. It's been bumped and it's been rubbed, but it's never been demolished.
Hopefully they'll be able to get it fixed in a hurry, get it back together.
Still, the site of the damage,
The pictures that it's been on TV have really been good.
Does not answer lingering questions.
But to see it in person, it makes it real. It's real now.
You like looking at the bridge?
Well, welcome to our office on wheels. We'll show you what usually involves a tiny little news car.
Well,
winter coats,
rain gear,
more winter coats,
all kinds of stuff in the car.
Sock caps.
That we really don't want to get into.
Umbrellas.
Winter weather boots.
Yeah, I got 3 oranges in the car right now. You pack a lunch.
Jumper cables.
A bag full of microphones.
And a Frisbee.
This is where we live. We live out of these cars, and this is our life. It's kind of like a small circus.
My old news director, when I first started in this business, told me 3 things when she hired me as a photographer. You're not going to do it for the money. You're not going to do it for the hours because it's not a 9 to 5. And you're not doing it for the fame because photographers don't get any fame at all.
I enjoy it, you know. I don't know what else I'd do.
It didn't come from a long time, but a lot of Christmases asking for things that you needed. Tripods, huge light kit, a GoPro camera because the cameraman can't have enough cameras with him at all times.
Brace yourself for the impact.
These events are occurring in milliseconds.
It happened in a blink of an eye, so let's slow it down. A car traveling 40 miles per hour slamming into a crash test dummy.
The nature of these collisions are extremely violent.
And usually fatal, not to mention hard to watch. You have to remind yourself this is not a real person. It's a mannequin and the star in a first-of-its-kind exercise to better train Murfreesboro police officers.
Each crash is different, but this class is teaching the dynamics of the crash, how it happens, what to look for.
Our cameras perched in the car and on the dummy capture the moment. This time he's on a bike with a dozen eggs and a gallon of milk.
What this does is makes it more realistic.
Again, in real time, it all comes too fast. Even witnesses on the scene miss the moment of impact, but slow it down. Police review it and
They get to see it. They get to watch it happen.
Which is invaluable. They see the violence in slow motion, and what they learn helps them better understand how crashes play out.
Holy cow. Airborne right there.
Once the bicycle and the pedestrian or the bicyclist was hit, all the debris made it somewhat of a cone shape.
From that, you can learn the speed, the point of impact, and the angle or direction the car was traveling. And seeing this devastating impact firsthand also helps explain why more than 4,000 pedestrians die each year nationwide when hit by cars.
And you're not just driving, you're just out and you're actively kind of engaging with people and their issues. And I mean, you're just in it. You're in it, life,
We probably got about 1 million bees over here. My boy got stung up there cutting the tree.
And as soon as the tree hit the ground, bees swarmed everywhere.
I see the guy running, they was just running with the flagging. You know, that's just a bee run. That's a straight up bee run. That's something you do. You can't help yourself. I like to see the bee man get here to see how many he gonna catch.
My name is Ibrahim Talafha. It's my hobby since 20 years. I'm doing beekeeping. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna stay back here and watch.
He's lost his mind.
This was there?
I think he's lost his mind.
Ah, it's here, the major house. Okay.
He's braver than I am.
Oh yeah. You want honey?
He's gonna get all the counts, all the males are booked.
If you know their behavior, you know, to kind of avoid those things, yeah. Excuse me, sir, come over. Come over. If you want to deal with the bees, just keep calm. Italian bees, they are like yellow bees. They look healthy. I'm trying to check if they have any problem, but they look healthy, very healthy. Now, if I'm scared, my body will produce pheromones, which they make them aggressive. If I'm moving my hands very fast, they will attack me. But as soon as I know their behavior, I can't go between them. I became one of their family members, you know?
You just have to be calm.
Yeah. I can't let it go. Who wants some honey? Here you go. This is one of the most beautiful honey I ever seen in my life. Look how brown it is.
And come in to catch the queen and put them in a hive, and they'll all go to that hive, and then they'll take off.
Hey, Mike Rose, good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you.
People I wouldn't even run into, you know, if I was off the clock. And
thanks for Channel 5.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, just really interesting people you'd never even know about. We get out there and we tell their stories. I think it's a privilege.
Tonight is our huge fundraiser of the year. It's our gala called Under the Big Top, Avant-Garde Redo.
I'm Jimmy Pyro, and I do fire breathing. I've been doing it for 5 years.
I think it's incredible. I'd like to learn how to do it too.
It's very dangerous. If you do it wrong, I mean, it's fire. You play with fire, you get burned. Hoy is it's a chain with a ball of fire at the end of it. You have a staff that's a double side of fire. This is fire eating. This is fire eating.
It's enlightening.
Oh God, that is terrible. Cheesy.
And of course, there's fire breathing, which everyone knows.
It's warm to watch, but it's hot.
It's very impressive. There he goes again with it. He's tasting it. That's incredible.
Thank you. I really enjoy watching guests see something they've never seen before. So that's where I get my joy out of it.
Love it. It's awesome.
But getting close to them and seeing, being like, wow, I've never seen that before, and bringing it to them.
It's probably the best things I've seen in a long time.
I've always loved fire. I mean, who's not fascinated with fire? And I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. If you get taught by the right person, you can do awesome things with it.
I see our lives, our pets, but our lives going up in smoke.
As I like to say, I meet you on your best day or I meet you on your worst day.
You see the good and the bad. It's life and fast forward, you know, you hit the gas, you hit the brakes.
The education you get with this job is unbelievable. You meet so many different people, so many different perspectives.
It takes a toll on you sometimes physically and emotionally. It's kind of hard not to get attached, you know.
I mean, I like to tell people stories and help them to tell their stories if they want it to be told, you know. They're people, you know, and sometimes they're suffering or they're going through a loss. We might be one of the first people they're talking to after that's happened.
Engine 32, the engine on the plug. We're ready for water whenever you give it to us.
Fire erupts at the Jackson Meadows condos.
Where the roof is caved in, that's my house.
Flames consumed home after home.
And I see total devastation. I've never seen anything like this.
Leaving some 24 families out in the cold and very little in its path.
We'll get new stuff, okay?
I see our lives, our pets, but our lives going up in smoke.
I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to stay up here.
The violent blaze forced a second alarm, giving firefighters extra hands
Stations command, I've got you 2 crews coming.
for the battle ahead.
As you can see behind me now, we still have a lot of fire, especially the top floor.
It's a scene hard enough for an adult to take in.
I can't believe this.
But for a child,
But she lost all of her toys, you know what I'm saying? So.
I lost my favorite bunny that I got for my very first Easter.
things lost, but on this Easter Sunday, the celebration of life
It's okay.
will mean all the more.
We got each other, okay?
I try to treat people the way I would hope someone would treat my family. I may approach somebody without a camera, but at least let them know I'm with Channel 5 so that they can warm up to me. I still have a job to do, but you still have to treat people as people.
When the leaves start to change and the wind shifts, fall brings with it painful memories for Tim and Tiffany Brown.
It's a reminder of the accident,
camping
of the
trip, yeah.
camping trip. And it's hard because, that was life-changing.
A reminder of the day, the very moment of a family camping trip when teens dropped a basketball-sized boulder down a hill and everything the Browns knew fell with it.
When you compare where he was, coming out of a coma, basically unable to do anything, the doctor's saying that he was like a newborn baby again to where he is now, it's like night and day.
Are you ready? Here we go.
The only person who doesn't seem to realize how close 4-year-old Caleb Brown was to death is Caleb himself.
Go down the hill.
Go down the hill?
Yes.
It changed our life.
Mm-hmm.
Some negative aspects, but a lot of positive aspects. And we want to celebrate that he's here, that he's still here, and that he's still healing.
Most recently, his recovery put him in the dentist chair to repair the teeth they couldn't touch for months while his brain was healing. It was a step towards normalcy, but a flashback to how far they've come.
And I was so thankful. I thanked God a lot on Monday and said thank you for where he is now, because this is what he was before, and it gave me that picture again.
His parents know Caleb's life may never be the same as that October day before the boulder fell, but somehow they've never questioned why, only found joy each time that big smile returns to their little boy's face.
As Christians, it's taught us you're absolutely not in control. I am, and you have to learn to believe that no matter what, God is good.
People always want to know who the celebrities are, but actually the most interesting people you meet are the ones that are, it's their moment in the sun. They're just an average person doing something average, and something extraordinary happens to them. It's the best of us and the worst of us, and that's what I meet and do every day. That's the blessing of the job.
Look, they're already up there setting up. We've already got these cameras right here.
First, there are the cameras.
We're gonna have to have a camera on all 4 corners because that's where they're passing the batons.
Then the track officials.
We are marking the lanes so that they know where to have the exchange zones.
They're here to make sure that everything is run according to track regulations.
We're excited here at Wilson Central. Go Wildcats.
Finally, the fans in the stands.
We're gonna see some people run. Can I see your number?
They're all here to watch Wilson Central High School students.
It'll be fun. We're doing a relay today.
Try something never done.
Break the record today.
Before.
To try and make a world record and get in the Guinness World Record.
Let's go! Go, go, go!
And they're off.
We are attempting to break the Guinness World Record for 100-meter relay.
Let's go!
Let's go!
Most people in 1 hour.
Look at them, big booklet, go!
So the gauntlet.
Well, not all of them. There's been some slow people, but...
Make that the baton.
Hurry up and get the time. Just because they slowing down, you got to keep running.
Has been thrown down. The students have on their appropriate gear.
They're cute, so I wanted to look cute while I ran, so
I wore my sparkly shoes.
They have to beat Mount Juliet's 248 students.
We just want to beat Mount Juliet is what we want to see happen.
To officially top the current world record of 191 the day before.
Record's 248. I'm confident in us that we're going to win.
And hope they surpass
Let's go.
Lebanon High.
We've got a really confident group out here today.
When they run the following day.
We're going to take this home. Mount Juliet, nothing. Lebanon, I don't even think they're running.
No doubt they want to see their school's name in the book of Guinness.
Once they hit that red mark right there, I should start shuffling my feet and having my hand open to get the baton.
But there's something much more important to accomplish here.
I really want to beat Mount Juliet. I used to go to Mount Juliet. I want to beat them.
Give them a little adrenaline. Adrenaline, that's what it's all about.
Here's the man carrying all the weight.
We got it in the bag, I believe.
Connor Brandon is number 249.
But I guarantee a victory. I guarantee it.
And if he completes his 100-meter before the hour ends,
He looks pretty good.
he'll have at least put Mount Juliet high in the dust.
They hand me the Guinness book and the pen, and I just write it in for them.
Let's go Central!
And it's not long before Connor grabs the baton and runs like the wind. Not only did they beat Mount Juliet, they beat them with a total of 251 students getting in under the clock.
Feels pretty good. Something of this magnitude, our school coming together, it means a lot. I was the tiebreaker, but I couldn't have done it without the 248 people before me.
It feels amazing. We're Wilson Central.
To a whole generation, I think that he was an idol, you know? He was someone that a lot of kids looked up to. I know when I was growing up, everybody wanted to, out on the playground, we were all wanted to be, you know, astronauts. When he died, I didn't think that he got as much recognition as he should have. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept.
I think every little boy wanted to be an astronaut at one time or another. At 38 years old, I still want to be an astronaut. Well, I think Neil Armstrong definitely influenced me the most. All right.
17 guidance.
Well, it's disappointing that that an icon such as Neil wasn't given the true due justice for what he's done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is July 1969. Let's get to the front page. Okay, man walks on the moon. Armstrong, 9 steps into history.
Boy.
Okay, we're going to be busy for a minute. Houston, that may have seemed like a very long
I haven't seen anything really about his death other than he died, which is terrible.
2, 1.
Okay.
It's called our moonwalk exhibit. We try to simulate the bunny hops, you see in the astronaut videos. We just put a harness on them, and then we just hook them up to this little cable right here.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
On his passing, he didn't get a lot of media, for what he did for just all mankind.
There was a lack of news coverage.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
We have a liftoff, 32 minutes past the hour.
Yeah! Individuals, when they pass, they leave a legacy, whether it's some good, some bad. He's going to leave a legacy not only here on Earth and have the things that he's done remembered, but he's also going to leave his footprint on the moon, which is still today.
One giant leap for mankind.
So, go Neil.
Oh, that looks beautiful from here, Neil.
Uh-oh.
And you hit the gas and you go, and there's a story, you cut it.
I think lunch is over.
Let's grab another. We don't have time for this. Gotta go, go, go. It's the news business.
All right, okay. On to Murfreesboro.
News Channel 5, this is Nathan. No. Okay. I'm on my way.